Welcome to tutorial number 2 of the CIF-SS section Financial Reporting System for Playoffs. In the prior video, we talked about a general overview, and in this video, we're going to focus specifically on filling out the visitor financial report and the obligation of the visiting school to submit financial information to the host school via this web portal. So, if you remember from the overview, we were talking about Vasquez at Salesian, and we'll go ahead and get right into it with Vasquez, and we'll find their particular school, click on Vasquez, and it brings us to the game of reference. Now, we'll notice we're going to go right into this game, and it's going to automatically bring up the information that is applicable to the visitor, and this looks very similar for those of you that have been around to our old visitor form, in which the visiting school would be reporting their revenue at the top of the screen, and their expenses in the bottom section. You'll notice also that we have some other items down here as reference in filling out this form. It's very simple in regard to the revenue. You're simply going to add the number of tickets that you sold as far as general. In this case, we're just going to use 75, and we're going to use 50 as the number of student tickets sold. We're going to also assume that the visiting school picked up tickets from the Southern Section office. We're going to assume that the school, Vasquez, came in and picked up 100 general and 100 student tickets. From there, once we've entered the number of tickets sold, we're going to work our way down to the expense side. Now, you'll notice that the number of meals is pre-populated with a number of $85. Now, in years past, as with years going forward, schools will still be required to call the Southern Section office for pre-approval for meals and for lodging. However, it will no longer be the responsibility of the visiting school or the host school to record this information. It will be automatically recorded on the visitor form as well as on the host financial report. That being said, we'll assume that this pre-approval call was made, and being that it was sport of volleyball, Kim Williman in the volleyball office or Scott Raftery will have given this approval, and it was populated so that the visiting team knows that it occurred. Being that it has to be over 140 miles, we're going to assume that this game was 150 miles of travel round trip. And determining the rate, you'll notice that we're going to use our legend down here at the bottom to determine what the reimbursement rate is. In this case, we have 2 for volleyball. We have 75 cents per mile for a bus, or 25 cents per mile if you were using a non-bus car or van. So we're going to use 75 cents. And now we've filled out everything that we need to fill out. We've located and identified the revenue, and we've located and identified the meals and miles. And from there, we'll go ahead and click Save Changes. From there, you'll notice in red here that your changes have been successfully updated. Please click Final Posting to send to the Southern Section Finance Office. You'll notice here that your tickets were properly recorded and calculated now. And your transportation was properly recorded and calculated. So now we have both the revenue recorded as well as the total expenses recorded. And you'll also notice in the second section, this is now the commitment of Vasquez on what they owe the Southern Section. They owe the Southern Section 15 unused general tickets to be sent back to the section office, and 50 unused student tickets. Now the reason, how did we get to 15? If you remember at the outset of the tutorial, we said that Vasquez picked up 100 tickets from the Southern Section office. They sold 75, which would give us 75 from 100, which is 25. However, we're going to assume that you used the 10 complimentary tickets that are allotted for volleyball. That being said, take 10 away from 25, and that's your 15 unused tickets that you owe the section office. This makes it very simple for the schools to know right from their desk what their commitment back to the Southern Section office will be. Now that we have everything properly recorded, this is the information that now is going to be populated on the financial report, so when the host school logs in, this information will be ready to go for them to finish the financial report. With that, we're going to go ahead and click Final Posting, and you'll identify here at the top where it says your changes have been submitted to the Southern Section office. From here, you're done. The visiting team has completed their commitment, and at that point, I would just simply recommend that you do a print screen, do a Control P or Command P, and you can print this so that you know what you have submitted to the host school, so that when you get your split in the mail via check from the host school, or if you get the financial report, you'll know that your information was properly recorded. That will conclude tutorial number 2, and in the subsequent tutorials, we'll focus on the host school. As always, questions, don't hesitate to call.